Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Steffy Forrester refuses to share any of the men on the CBS soap with Hope Logan. At this point, Hope may not be paranoid. There may be some truth to her theories that Steffy wants her to be alone and miserable. We get that Steffy didn't want to share her husband, but she can't have carte blanche on every man in Los Angeles. Here's what's coming up next on B&B, spoilers ahead. It's raining men for Hope Logan. After taking Steffy's advice and cutting all ties with Dr. John Finnegan, several doors have opened for the fashion designer. In fact, two men are trying to nail down Steffy Forrester's rival. According to B&B spoilers, it's literally killing Steffy to watch Carter Walton and Liam Spencer fight over her. This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Liam Spencer will pull out all the stops to win back his ex-wife Hope Logan. In fact, Liam will lay it on pretty thick and put on some sort of public display of love for his daughter's mother. What better way to get your wife back than put on a presentation about how much you love her? Unbeknownst to Liam Spencer, reunite with Hope will send his other ex-wife into a fit of rage. B&B spoilers say Steffy Forrester won't be able to hide her jealousy when she sees Liam chasing after Hope again. Steffy will most likely corner Liam and demand to know what he is doing. A few months ago, he was trying to get Steffy back. Did he really move in that quickly? More importantly, why is it any of Steffy's business? That's what her husband Finn will want to know when he walks in on Steffy fuming over Lope. Do you think that Steffy will try to hook up with Liam just to get one up on Hope Logan? What about her husband? How will Dr. Finn react? The picturesque city of Los Angeles was teeming with excitement, and in the heart of it all, the Forrester Creations empire buzzed with activity. Life had seemingly settled for Steffy Forrester. Her marriage with Finn, lovingly known as Sin by their fans and family, had been a dream come true, until trouble started creeping in. Steffy had always been the epitome of elegance, power, and resilience. However, even the strongest hearts have vulnerabilities, and Steffy's Achilles heel was her love for Finn, paired with the fear of losing him. It all started with Sheila Carter, Finn's birth mother, whose chaotic presence had been a storm in their lives. Though Sheila had been declared persona non grata by both Finn and Steffy, her shadow continued to loom. Finn wanted nothing to do with his manipulative biological mother, but Sheila always seemed to find ways to worm herself back into his life. Lately, Steffy had noticed something that made her stomach churn: Finn's hesitation whenever her name came up. Finn had been meeting with Sheila in secret, thinking it was the only way to ensure his family's safety without provoking her wrath. He hadn't told Steffy, not wanting to reignite the trauma Sheila had caused. But secrets, no matter how well-intentioned, are time bombs waiting to explode. Steffy first sensed something off when she caught Finn texting late at night. Who could he possibly be messaging at this hour? She thought, anxiety settling deep in her chest. She trusted him, but the nagging suspicion wouldn't leave her. A week later, she noticed Finn abruptly ending a phone call when she entered the room. Who was that? She asked casually, masking her growing suspicion. Just a patient, Finn replied with a warm but slightly forced smile. Steffy wanted to believe him, but the flicker of guilt in his eyes planted a seed of doubt. Her insecurity began to fester, fueled by the fear that Finn wasn't being fully honest with her. And what if, somehow, Sheila was behind all of this? The thought of Sheila rekindling a bond with Finn sent Steffy into a silent spiral of jealousy. It wasn't long before the tension started creeping into their marriage. Steffy's trust issues led her to keep tabs on Finn, tracking his phone calls and whereabouts, a move she hated herself for. But she couldn't stop. The more she tried to uncover, the more distant Finn became, feeding into her paranoia. Why are you so distant lately? Steffy finally confronted him one evening, her voice edged with frustration. I'm not distant, Finn insisted, taken aback by her sudden outburst. You're imagining things, Steffy. But Steffy wasn't imagining anything. She knew something was wrong, and she wasn't going to let it slide. In her desperation, Steffy turned to her ex-husband Liam Spencer for emotional support, a move that didn't go unnoticed by Finn. Liam had always been a source of comfort for Steffy, but Finn saw it differently. The mere sight of them together at the office, sharing an intimate conversation, ignited a firestorm of jealousy within him. Really, Steffy? Liam? Finn snapped later that night, unable to mask his frustration. You're one to talk, she shot back, anger bubbling to the surface. You've been sneaking around lying to me. What am I supposed to think? Finn felt cornered but couldn't tell her the truth about Sheila. Not yet. You need to trust me, he said, his voice calm but firm. This is not about Liam or anyone else. It's about us. Then why do I feel like I'm losing you? Steffy whispered, her heart breaking under the weight of her own insecurity. As if on cue, Sheila made her grand reappearance. She showed up uninvited at Finn's workplace, pleading with him to let her be part of his life. I'm not here to cause trouble, Sheila whispered, tears streaming down her face. I just want to be your mother. Finn felt torn. Despite everything, there was a small part of him that wanted to believe Sheila had changed, but he knew better than to let his guard down, especially when it came to protecting Steffy and their children. Unfortunately, Steffy soon found out about Sheila's visit from a well-meaning but nosy colleague. It was the last straw. How could you keep this from me? Steffy yelled, her voice trembling with anger. I was trying to protect you. Finn shouted back, equally frustrated. Protect me? By lying to me? Steffy's eyes filled with tears. We're supposed to be a team, Finn. The tension reached a boiling point, and Finn walked out of the room, slamming the door behind him. Their once perfect marriage now stood on the brink of collapse. The chaos reached its peak when Liam, sensing that Steffy needed support, offered her a place to stay for a few days. It was innocent, at least in Liam's mind, but it was the spark that ignited a full-blown inferno. When Finn found out, he was livid. You're staying with Liam? He asked incredulously, disbelief plastered across his face. It's not what you think. Steffy tried to explain, but Finn wasn't having any of it. You ran to him the moment things got tough between us, Finn accused, his voice dripping with bitterness. Is that what I am to you? Just a placeholder until Liam decides he wants you back. Steffy's heart shattered at his words. How dare you say that? She cried. I love you, Finn. But you've been shutting me out, and I didn't know what else to do. You didn't know what else to do, so you ran to him? Finn's jealousy blinded him to the truth. Steffy wasn't betraying him. She was just trying to survive the storm. Days turned into weeks, and the rift between Steffy and Finn only grew wider. The once loving couple now barely spoke, each drowning in their own pain and jealousy. Finn felt betrayed, while Steffy felt abandoned. Sheila, ever the opportunist, seized the moment to worm her way further into Finn's life, playing the role of the sympathetic mother. The final blow came when Steffy, in a moment of vulnerability, admitted to Liam that she wasn't sure if her marriage with Finn could be saved. Liam, always holding a torch for Steffy, leaned in for a kiss. It was fleeting, a moment of confusion and longing, but it was enough. Finn walked in just as their lips touched, his heart breaking at the sight. That's it, Finn said coldly. We're done. Finn, wait, Steffy cried, but it was too late. Finn walked out the door, leaving behind the woman he loved and the life they had built together. As Finn drove away, tears clouding his vision, he knew that walking away from Steffy was the hardest thing he'd ever done. But in his heart, he wasn't sure if he could ever forgive her, or himself, for what their love had become. Back at Liam's house, Steffy sat on the floor, sobbing uncontrollably. She had fought so hard for her happiness, and now it was slipping through her fingers like sand. Was this the end of Sin's love story? Or was it just the beginning of a new chapter? One where they'd have to confront their insecurities, fight their demons, and rediscover the love that had brought them together in the first place? Only time would tell. But one thing was certain. Steffy Forrester's jealousy had unleashed a storm of chaos, and neither she nor Finn would ever be the same again.